Hi,
What's going on?
how you doing?
I'm good.
I
I'm
like the
good. How are
shirt.
you? Thanks. It's our take on former LA Kings.
Yeah, where are you right now?
I am currently at my gym at CrossFit Vertex. We have a partner WOD going on, so I'm trying to buffer the sound being in one of the rooms.
Is that your CrossFit gym or is it just the gym you train at?
It's the gym I train at. I coach
Okay.
here as well. The owners, Kalina and Joe, are like family, best friends. So
The how often do you coach?
So I coach about 11 hours a week, and then I do some personal training in addition to that. So right now, that's a little bit on the lower end with hours, just so training can still be a priority.
Wow, so you coach a lot. That's a
Yeah,
significant amount.
yeah, I enjoy it. We kind of took on, I guess you'd say, more full time with the hours not too long ago. So um, I used to coach at two different gyms, and then their goal was to try to get me to be here for more hours. So we did that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, shortly after COVID.
When did you start coaching in general?
So I did CrossFit for about a year before I decided I wanted to get my level one. And then since then, I started with like 2 hours a week. And then it started to bump up as the years went on. So I've been doing it since 2016.
That's when so you started CrossFit in 2015 then?
Yeah, kind of end of 2014, beginning of 2015.
How did you find it? How did you get into CrossFit?
Ah, so I lived in Ohio. I went to Ohio State. I ended up working out there in like I guess you'd say a daycare facility, essentially, um, with the intent to find a job to be a teacher. um, but I needed to do a little bit more schooling. I kind of took a detour from that and decided to work full time. Stayed out there in Ohio for about a year. It was just me kind of after college. A lot of my teammates moved back home to the states that they lived in. So it was pretty lonely being like 7 hours from home. So I decided to move back home. And then a friend of mine was coaching lacrosse for one of the private schools here nearby. And she's like, "Hey, I go to this gym up in one of the cities we live by." She's like, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it. I want to be active." So I ended up just showing up one day, and they had the protocol of being like call and do an intro, things like that. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm here. Can I work out?" So they kind of gave me like a modified version of their class workout that day, and the rest was history. So
Prior to that, did you have any athletic background or did you play any
yeah,
sports?
yeah, I played Division I ice hockey at Ohio State. So
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
Buckeye. Yeah, so I
Okay.
played from '09 to 13, and I played ice hockey since I was a kid. But I've been a major tomboy at heart. I love sports. I grew up playing with my cousins, so we were playing the mud kind of kids. We love to be outside.
Jenna Haka, our new CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, she played hockey.
Oh,
She's from
really?
Canada. Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Katie Henniger went to Ohio State,
Yep.
You- and she was like a basketball star there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that it's such a close tie to Rogue. I wish I did CrossFit back in college. And I wish I knew that Rogue was so close because we're literally almost right on campus.
Yeah. One of their facilities was connected to, I think, like their wrestling training facility. One of the early Rogue buildings, I remember, was connected to something associated with I think the wrestling team.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Ohio State is fully decked out in Rogue equipment. And I'm like, I wish I knew just how special this was back then as I do now because it's like it's top of the line stuff.
What was your role on the hockey team? What was your thing?
So I was assistant captain for 3 of the 4 years that I was there. I was very much a lead by example kind of athlete. I was a gritty athlete. I wasn't the one scoring all the goals. I was the one who was out on penalty kill, making sure the other teams weren't scoring on us, um, and just played the role of I'm going to show you what I do, and like this is how we do things. So a hard worker, I guess you'd say.
Well, that's good because that translates over to CrossFit. Being
Yeah.
a hard worker matters
Yeah.
significantly.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of the gymnastics background that a lot of athletes have, so it takes a little extra to just kind of get better at that stuff. It doesn't come easy.
What comes easy then? The endurance stuff for you?
I don't even know if I'd say endurance, more of just, something like Chad, where it's a mental grind. It's the stuff that really just kind of takes a lot of grit. Um, which, yeah, we did our own twist on Chad. We're doing like mock game simulation this week. So
Very cool.
this morning was a twist on Chad.
Do you mind sharing your twist? I
I'll share if you share.
won't share, but you can share. You don't have to share, but that we won't play the game that way.
We did a variation with some strict pull-ups
Oh, cool.
involved just to try to break up. You kind of hinted at you know the repercussions of 1,000 step ups, so just something to break it up a little bit. But strict pull-ups with 35 pounds extra is not very easy. So
No, that sounds tough. Who else is training with you currently? Any other athletes or?
yeah, so, well, for this weekend specifically, I actually had Mind Over Matter agent Rashad. I don't know if you're familiar with any of the agencies in the sport.
Some.
He came and hung out with me all day on Thursday, and then I was by myself yesterday. And then I have 3 younger athletes with me today. So McKenna Enslin, who's my training partner pretty much all year round now, and then Jenna Michelotti, who was in the teenage division for a couple years, and one of her friends from college, who is actually a remote athlete of mine. Her name is Peyton. So they're hanging out with me today.
And you guys follow or you follow Misfit?
Yeah. Yep. Actually, all of us do.
Okay.
4 of us. Yeah.
And so they program for you specifically, or is it just like for their whole camp?
So Misfit will program basically for the whole community, but I am the only one that's doing like games prep right now. we have
Okay.
five we have 5 masters athletes that are also going to be in the age group in the upcoming weeks. So they have their own programming as well.
Who's behind Misfit? Was it Travis Williams associated with Misfit?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Is he
for a little
still?
while. No, he's not. I don't
Did you
know what
see
he's doing.
did
He
you
is.
see he's eating. That's what he's doing. Did you see him at the semifinal?
I did. And
He's
I mean,
eating
he's
a
wearing
lot.
his dad bod proud.
Yeah.
He's wearing
Yes.
it proud. He's
um,
so funny.
so who's
Um,
running Misfit now?
so we have Drew Crandall, who
Okay.
is like head programmer, owner. And then we have Gabe Garcia, who's my coach, and Hunter Wood, Matthew Sherburne, and Ted. Ted is our media guy. So those are the 5 that are kind of putting their heads together for Misfit.
So going back to Chad, are you excited about it because of like that grunt work, just go nature?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of negativity about it, of like, this is stupid to program at the games, but I really, like, I can very easily remember doing the marathon row and just how mental of a grind it was. And I feel like we've kind of missed some of that component, or like it just hasn't really been programmed as often, or for something just as grunt worky as these workouts are. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
You know what's
I
interesting
don't
about
love
some of
it.
a lot of the criticism about it not being fun to watch? Like, hey, we make a lot of things that are good, uh, that are easy to watch and fun to watch, but that can't guide everything. Because if
Yeah,
that
sure.
guided everything, we would lose the value of the test that comes from this. There's
Sure.
some things where we're going to compromise the viewership of it to actually stay true to the test and what we need to put you guys through. That being said, the viewership of it is not going to be. It'll still be intriguing.
I
I'll say
bet.
that.
I mean,
Yes.
I remember like having friends at the games in 2018 for the marathon row, and they're like, I don't think I'm gonna sit and watch. And yet 3.5 hours later, they're
Yes.
still sitting there and watching. So it's like
Yes.
there is an entertainment piece to it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So you've been to the games for 5 years.
as an individual, yeah, I went one year team in 2017,
What are
right
your
before.
expectations for yourself this year?
Every year I've gotten better and better. So I've bumped up the leaderboard each year. I'm feeling a lot healthier this year than I did last year. So I'm trying to keep that trend going in the same direction.
On your CrossFit Games profile page, there, you have your stats, and you're one of the few athletes. Not a lot of athletes update this page, but you've updated a few things. So it says your back squat's 350. Is that current?
That that was current pre-back injury. I'd say it's probably still upwards of like 330 plus.
Clean and jerk 252. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. These are all like lifetime PRs though. I mean,
Yeah. Deadlift 395.
yeah.
Have you ever gone over four?
No.
So close. Snatch 200.
Yep, that's a lifetime goal.
That's a goal, or you hit it because you have it
That
written.
I've hit it once, yeah, but
Okay.
like that was
Okay.
that was on my bucket list.
Yep. Congratulations on that. And it says sprint the 400. You have a 112.
Yeah, probably in that range.
But
It's
like,
been a
there's no.
while since I've tested it.
But the benchmark phase on this is all empty. No fight gone bad. No filthy 50. No Fran. No Grace. You've done those, right?
I definitely have. I probably
Yeah.
have it. We have Watify. I probably have those in my Watify
What's
bank.
your favorite benchmark workout?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Are we talking girls? Like,
Yeah,
or
let's
like,
start with girls.
okay. I don't know. I really don't like any of them. They hurt a lot.
Same, same. What about Murph? Do you like Murph?
I don't mind Murph. It's not one of my favorites though. It's just one of those that like it's always been around semis prep, so I don't do it just because it's usually like the weekend before, and it's the only time I would plan on doing is with the community. So I am much more of the community aspect when it comes to
Yeah,
those
yeah.
types of workouts.
Well,
So
before you're gonna train for the rest of the day still, right?
yep, we're gonna try and do 2 more event style workouts.
Well, thanks for breaking up your schedule and hopping on this call with me. But before we go, any questions for me?
Um, I have a few friends that are in the masters division, so I won't keep asking about our stuff. But
Okay.
they want to know if there's anything you can throw out for masters. Are they swimming? Are they not? Are they biking?
Here's the truth on that. Like, I have no idea at this point. I'm so focused on the individual, and I'm not really programming for the masters.
Okay.
And that those guys in Boz are working on that, and Boz is kind of overseeing that team. And
Okay.
like, I have not paid any attention. I've given a few
That's fair.
points of guidance. There's been a few things I've said yes to and no to, but I couldn't tell you at this point. So I apologize for that.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I tried.
um,
Cool.
well, thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Paige. This was
Yeah.
fun, and I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.